she had hair inside of her left hand.
We saw that it was weave. Our thoughts were, okay, could it be a woman? Chiquita was always known as a fighter. Could it be she got into a fight with a female and actually pulled that hair off? There was some kind of fight that took place. Chiquita was not going to go down without a fight.
She was stabbed more than 30 times.
Some of the cuts were actually post-mortem, which is after the death of the victim.
Even after she was dead, this person continued to stab her. That suggests to me that this was personal. The killer knew her, and they killed her 3 times over.
If you're coming to rob me, there's no need to stab me 38 times.
All I could think of was how cruel this was.
While we talked to Greg, we learned that there's an outstanding warrant for Greg arrest for domestic battery abuse from Baker Police Department.
You know how this look now. You have domestic abuse battery.
Now, if I didn't think
you have a warrant for your arrest for domestic abuse battery.
Just 6 weeks before the marriage, there was a terrible blow-up. He beat her to the point that she called 911.
Okay. My fiance is beating me.
She is wailing and desperately pleading for help.
Help me, help me.
That was proof to us that, yes, you hit your wife before.
He choked me. I think he broke my arm.
So at that point, Greg wasn't going home.
This is out of our hands now. This is a warrant. This is a warrant for your arrest.
They were allowed to hold him in jail deliberately so that we could process the crime scene evidence from Chiquita to see where it led. We know of 3 women that he battered. One he married, one he had a child with, one he lived with for a substantial period of time.
Greg swept me off my feet when I first met Greg. We was dating for 6 months and then we moved in together. It was around the tax season time and I was getting taxes back. And I used my money to get the house that he bought. Oh, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde came out then.
On at least 3 occasions, he had beaten her.
One day, me and him just fussing, and before you know it, he was choking me. And my youngest son, he said, Mom, I'm scared that he would kill you and kill all of us.
We found out about the real Greg. We see that was just a pattern that he did with women.
When Greg get it from one woman, he'll move on to another woman. And then he get it from the other woman, he'll move on to the other woman. Greg thought he had hit the jackpot when he got with Chiquita.